cash, look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Y'all is a lazy, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act the fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly
I don't want to know.
that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said.
He's got a man, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lucky 56.
Now a pitch out to Kamara, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Off play action. Schaefer. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. First carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, here's Rosen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch. but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Lets it go for Nelson, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play on third down for the Cardinals. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, Rosen sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Third and long here for Rosen. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw on second down, Schaefer. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Back to throw. Schaefer. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Whoosh. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Detroit! Over!
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. Looking to throw on second down. Schaefer. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Schaefer, throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Looking to throw. Schaefer throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
out of the gun. Here's Josh Rosen. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Third down, Rosen. Being chased out left. Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw on 2nd down, Schaefer. And his throw is incomplete. Jamar Taylor there on the coverage.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw on 3rd down, Schaefer. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Rosen looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, we better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Off the play fake. Schaefer. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
Off play action. Schaefer nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it?
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 77 yards. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on second down. Schaefer over the middle. That's caught by Meredith. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down. Schaefer finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Kamara. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on second down. Schaefer. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking to throw on second down. Schaefer is going to flip one out here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. On third down, here's Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Dumping it off to Johnson. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Dancing to his left.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop it for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Schaefer. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Schaefer. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Gone!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schaefer eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Schaefer, that's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out now come the Cardinals. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
From the gun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watching that, Barney!
Here's Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Able to power through. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 5.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Schaefer. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Room here to run. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing. Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. Now it's Rosen. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And they'll get this this one down to about the 20-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Johnson on the counter. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Schaefer drops this up to Kamara out of the backfield. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Schaefer. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And bulldozing his way through. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Rosen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Rosen, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Cardinals will extend their lead. And his kick is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, Schaefer. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Schaefer. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. And he's got it up and through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's Rosen to throw. Finding Gabriel, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, it's Rosen. And he's taken down here by the Saints. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play action here with Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Cards, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Had him up. I was up. Then I was up, boy.